They tried to come right back and take advantage of it again. You're thinking that Chris McAllister is going to be deep, so just take the ball and just throw it out there to Hines Ward. See, when he's that deep, they think that they can get it to him quickly, and he can still pick up 5 or 6 yards before McAllister gets there. McAllister reads it and gets up there and doesn't give him that 5 or 6 yards.
2nd down and 6 at the 8-yard line. Jerome Bettis is now in the game. Roethlisberger to the end zone for a touchdown to Heath Miller. And the tight end is back in the Pittsburgh offense. Very much back.
Doesn't that remind you of the first drive of the game?
Absolutely.
It was the same type of thing. Boom, 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 all the way down the field, ending up with Heath Miller. Big thing, we talk about Heath Miller and what he gives them. You know, he gives them that middle, and he gives them a big, big presence in goal line passing. But the thing that he doesn't have, and all the players are getting on him out, he doesn't have a celebration. And everyone is trying to teach him a celebration, teach him a dance. He has none, which is pretty pure.
He would have needed 6 of them because that's 6 touchdowns already in his first 7 NFL games. Roethlisberger fended off the sack. They capitalize after the interception. They go down the field 64 yards and lead by 7.
And now, more great moments on ESPN. The year was 2004. The San Antonio Spurs and the Los Angeles Lakers were locked in an NBA Conference semifinal. Tim Duncan scores a clutch point, only to be outdone by Derek Fisher. A celebration of sports memories from around the globe. Great moments on ESPN.
Studied film of the Iverson-Weber combination, trying to figure out why the problems. Oh, Carter! From Jefferson.
Manning looking. Here comes the pressure. Pass away. Catch is made. It's Turner again against the Broncos like he did back in '98.
Doing too much today. A couple of bogeys at 7 and 8 for Purdy.
Oh, look at this for Steve Lowry.
That helps the batting average.
You bet it does. That gets him to...
We invite you to join ESPN for coverage of the 2005-06 UEFA Champions League season as Real Betis takes on Chelsea. Don't miss it. Check the time in your area of the world as Chelsea stands atop the Group G standings and have already pounded Real Betis 4-0 earlier on this season. Let's get back out to Monday Night Football.
Kickoff 2 yards into the end zone. DJ Sands. Ooh! Crunch. Andre Frazier. Like Joe Frazier.
On each offensive play, the quarterback will hand the ball off for a running play or pass the ball. There are a number of different patterns that his receivers will run in order to elude the defense. Here are some of the more common pass patterns or pass routes. A square out is when a receiver begins by running 10 yards straight upfield, then quickly changes direction by running to the sideline. The quarterback times the pass, leading the receiver towards the sideline and making the completion before his receiver steps out of bounds. A curl is usually run by a wide receiver, where he will run about 8 to 12 yards up the field, then turn quickly or curl back towards the quarterback, running several steps back before catching the pass. A hook or button hook is similar to the curl, but is a shorter route of 5 to 8 yards that is usually run by a tight end. With a slant pass, the receiver runs straight for 5 to 8 yards before cutting left and across the middle of the field before being met with the pass.
Back in Pittsburgh, Ben Roethlisberger with a punt earlier that led to a Pittsburgh field goal, mini trick play, and then the trick play by the Ravens didn't work at all as Jamal Lewis carries for 3. Pittsburgh capitalizes. Lewis tonight talked about Jamal, the problems he has had. You go back 2 years ago when he had the 2,000-yard season. The average in the NFL 4.1 yards per rush over this period of time. He averaged 5.3 in that spectacular year. Last year went down to 4.3, still above the league average. And this year came into the game averaging under 3 yards per carry. Tonight he's averaging a little better than 4 yards per carry. And this time he picks up about 5 as he gets slung down up at the 22-yard line.
Yeah, I'll tell you, that's tough running though, because if you look at the end of that picture, there were 11 Pittsburgh Steelers up there. So when Jamal Lewis runs the ball, he's going to get a divot on the helmet, and he's going to get about 8 or 9 or 10 bodies on him every time. But when you just watch the end of this, he has to make moves and run and do all these things just to get that many yards. And at the end of that play, there was every Pittsburgh Steelers jersey was surrounding him.
3rd down and 3. Chester Taylor is in the game for him, and the pass is caught. That's a 1st down. And 2 broken tackles leads to a larger gain for Patrick Johnson. Here's Sam.
Well, you talk about Jamal Lewis and his ankle. Boston Red Sox pitcher Curt Schilling had basically the same tendon surgery on his ankle as Jamal. I spoke to Curt this weekend. He told me it took him a good 9 to 10 months before he could run on a treadmill. Said, hey, I'm a starting pitcher. He's an NFL running back. He must be putting so much more stress on it. Keep in mind, Curt was able to rehab in Arizona with some of the best trainers. As for Jamal, he had a rehab in prison. Curt, by the way, said doctors told him 12 to 18 months before he feels like himself, gentlemen.
Well, Jamal had to have the surgery, and then he was in Pensacola, and then he went to a halfway house in Atlanta. So a much different offseason for him, obviously, as Randy Himes can't make the catch. And the story in Baltimore this week, too, was that Jamal Lewis was worried about getting hurt, that he was upset about his contract situation because the Ravens had told him they would negotiate a new one, but it was tough to negotiate. As Brian Billick said, a man's in prison. That's not good form. He doesn't want to negotiate during the season, but Lewis said, you know, it was a little misconstrued. He said it has nothing to do with the kind of year I'm having right now.
Yeah, but that's one of the problems with free agents in this, when guys are worried about their contract and still playing.
2nd and 10. Yeah, Chester Taylor, it's not for no gain. You can say something is in the back of your mind because you're trying to put something in the back of your mind, but if it's in the back of your mind,
it's in your mind. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, Jamal told us last night, he said, you know, it's not a big thing. I'm going to play because that's what I am. And he's doing that. He's a pro, but he also said it's in the back of my mind. Well, like we just said, if it's in the back of your mind, it's in your mind. So you are thinking about it, and it is a thing. But it's not only a thing in this league with Jamal Lewis. There's a lot of players in this league in the last year of the contract trying to stay healthy.
I never figured out where the back of your mind was to begin with. Here's Chester Taylor. And a big conversion on 3rd and long here as Taylor takes the ball to midfield as he breaks out of a tackle, a would-be tackle by James Harrison.
You know, one of the things we don't want to miss is the job that Jonathan Ogden, the left tackle, is doing on Joey Porter over here. If Ogden gets his hands on you and you're an undersized guy anyway, like Joey Porter, you're not going to get close to the quarterback.
At midfield, Ravens down by 7. 4:15 to go in the 3rd. Lewis is back in the game. He gets the ball. About 1.5 yards. You can always tell when Polamalu's in on a tackle because that mane is flying.
Yeah, right. And they have 8 men in the box. You know, we talk about 8 men in the box. That 8th guy up there, well, that's Troy Polamalu. And when he's up there, he's playing like a linebacker, and he's coming on a blitz. And then when he sees a run, he just flattens out right down the line of scrimmage.
He makes Al Harris's do look like a crew cut.
I'll tell you, with that do, he has very great instincts.
Second down and 9 from the 49-yard line. To the 45-yard line to Daniel Wilcox. He makes his third catch of the night.
You know, Anthony Wright has had some guys open. I mean, on that pass a couple of plays ago, Randy Himes was wide open, and he just made a bad throw out there. And he's had Derek Mason open a few times and missed him, either not seeing him or whatever. And you look, he's had pretty good protections. Only been hit once, knocked down once, and hasn't been sacked, but he's made some bad throws.
Offensive front has done its work. Third down and 5. Steelers walk it up. Here they come on the blitz. It's picked up. The catch is made, but not enough for a first down because the tackle is made by James Harrison after the catch by Derek Mason. They're going to spot it at the 41-yard line, and it's short of a first.
Oh, that's a lot closer than I thought from up here. I think part of that is a quarterback, and the other part of it is a receiver, that if it's third down, you have to run past that first down marker to get the first down when you catch the ball. You should never leave it a foot short.
Especially such an experienced receiver.
The Steelers were in their dime or 6 defensive back defense that time, and they always blitz on that. I mean, I know when we did San Diego, and Marty Schottenheimer was talking about, he said they blitz 75% of the time. Tonight they've blitzed just about every time from it.
Yellow line a little off, a little closer than initially indicated, but still a key decision here for Billick.
You know, last time Jonathan Ogden, the left tackle, was a little upset that they didn't keep the run out a little more to his side. He had his side blocked pretty well, and I think Jamal Lewis cut it a little tight for him, and maybe they'll get the same thing going, run to that left side, but keep it a little wider.
4th and inches, at least they line up to go for it. And they do, and Wright's going to get it as Wright finds the soft spot over the left side to pick it up for a first down.
That's not bad when you got big Edwin Mulatalo in there, and Jonathan Ogden. What he did is he just took the ball and got right in behind his left guard, Mulatalo. He's going to take and go boom, go right there. That's not bad, and Mulatalo just drives off to the inside, and Anthony Wright can get right over the top of him. Yeah, he just goes right over the top of Mulatalo.
At the 40-yard line, first down. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Steelers lead by a touchdown. Out in the flat, which was made by Justin Green, the fullback, for a pickup of close to 7 yards.
And you feel that's a pretty good mixture here. And one of the things the Ravens have to do is throw more on first down, because they can't get in that rut of just run on first down, because the Steelers will take that away. That was a good play call there to go play action on first down.
Second down and 3. Lewis. Third down and short.
And then they pound Jamal Lewis in there, and then this Pittsburgh defense pounds them back. Well, that's James Ferrier, number 51. He's going to come in and finish off Lewis. He's going to get him and finish him off right there. When he got there, that was the end of the line.
Final minute of the period. 3rd and 2 from the 32. Taylor, and he's got the first down. So they convert on 4th down, then come back, convert on 3rd down, and first down at the 29-yard line.
This drives Bill Cowher crazy, because you want to get the ball back, and they're keeping the ball on you and driving on you, doing it with the running game, doing it with the play action pass, just getting small chunks all the way down the field.
And that's going to be the end of the period as you look at the 48-year-old Cowher, who's been the head coach here for 14 years. He's the head coach since '92, and yet he is still only the 22nd oldest coach in the league. He and Chuck Noll for nearly 4 decades. That's the end of the period. Baltimore moving, but Pittsburgh has the lead, 17-10. And Monday Night Football continues after this message from our ABC stations.
Studied film of the Iverson-Weber combination, trying to figure out why the problems. Oh, Carter! From Jefferson.
Manning looking. Here comes the pressure. Pass away. Catch is made. It's Turner again against the Broncos like he did back in '98.
Doing too much today. A couple of bogeys at 7 and 8 hurting.
Oh, look at this! The first for Steve Lowry.
That helps the batting average.
You bet it does. That gets him to...
In Pittsburgh, as we start the 4th quarter, Al Michaels, John Madden, Sam Ryan. Good ball game. Steelers on top 17-10. Ravens have it. 1st and 10 at the Steeler 29-yard line. Chester Taylor is the running back. Wright steps away from the pressure, comes back the other way. It's tipped and it's incomplete, intended for the tight end Todd Heap, who's covered by the linebacker Joey Porter. James Farrier put the pressure on along with Larry Foote, the 2 inside backers that time.
Yeah, the 2 inside linebackers, that's their favorite stunt in their base defense, where the 2 inside linebackers come, but they come and they cross. If you see them, they'll come and they cross like that as they rush. And usually one will break free. That time the guy that broke free right into his own guy. Todd Heap could have caught that ball.
Absolutely. Chester Taylor made the block to allow Wright to get rid of it. Here's Lewis to the 26-yard line for Jamal. 15 carries for 54 yards for Lewis. The key Ravens tonight. How have they done? Wright has thrown for 188 yards, 1 TD, 2 picks. Lewis averaging less than 4 yards per carry now. Mason with 4 catches.
And the Steelers are in that dime defense I was talking about earlier, that just about every time they're in this alignment defensively, they bring pressure.
3rd and 8. You've got Lewis and Taylor both in the game out of the shotgun. Wright stepping up. Wright going to the end zone. You saw the flag, and the pass intended for Patrick Johnson is incomplete. But there are 3 flags down. 2 at the 4 on opposite sides of the field, and 1 at the 9.
12 men on the field. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
That's a pretty good defense. The old 4-4-4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oink. Out of there.
And all 3 officials caught it.
You know, there used to be a day that there was a coach in the league. I think I said this before, but on a big 3rd down play, he would sneak in a 4-4-4. And that was before all these television, all the cameras, and you know, all the film exchange and all those things. And you'd see it the next week and you say, hey, that was a 12-man defense we're playing against.
Wasn't you, was it?
No.
3rd and 3 at the 22-yard line. So Palomalo come up to the line, and then he backs off, and Wright's going to spin away, gets chased, throws, incomplete. Dinkins goes down. Harrison did the chasing, and it will be 4th down, and in comes the field goal unit for about a 40-yard attempt.
Anthony Wright, again, I think is smart on some of these things. When he gets in that field goal range, if you don't have something, just throw it away. He's looking to his left. He wants to throw it right there, but he didn't, so he had to bring it back. Then he started to run out to his right and tried to find something out here. He didn't have anything, so I think he just threw a bouncer.
Stover's kick. Kicked it like a screwball. Started the hook, then it faded, but it's good. Good for 3 and a 4-point Pittsburgh lead. Steelers 17, Ravens 13.
Can you be a poker player and not have a nickname?
They call me the Quiet Lion.
Kamikaze career, baby.
It's awesome, man. Great grammar. I love the colorfulness, the different characters it creates.
Crazy who's the professor of poker.
Empty seat.
There's like 27 Steves and 80 Petes.
It's easier to remember a nickname than it is to remember the guy's real name. It's Miami John instead of John Cernuto.
Geography has always been a popular source for finding a nickname.
Amarillo Slim.
Texas Dolly.
Crazy Canuck. The Flying Dutchman.
Give me the money, damn it!
At the poker table, you may find yourself next to a master.
You sit next to a man, the master.
I move furniture, man, for a living. Now I'm sitting next to you.
My nickname is Mike the Mouth. God shall give it, and God shall take it away.
My nickname is Wookie.
Next week, and the Indianapolis Colts remain unbeaten, 7-0, come off the bye week. They'll go to New England facing the Super Bowl champion Patriots, who came from behind for that big win last night against Buffalo. Indy at New England on Monday Night Football. Coakley from just inside the goal line takes it back out to the 16. Good coverage right there. 1 minute and 10 seconds into the fourth period. Steeler ball, and they lead by 4.
ESPN Sport Legends presents Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson spent more time on the mental aspects of his players than any other coach in the NBA.
When the Bulls went on the West Coast trips for 2 weeks, that he'd give each player a book, which he thought related to them would not only help them with their basketball, but would help them with their life.
He has a very good understanding of how to bond a group together and bring its mind and everything together as one.
He keeps his team up physically, number one, but also mentally. When you played against the Bulls, it was like Game 7 against everybody.
You try to do the right things in basketball, and good things are going to happen as an end result. And that's the way life is. That, you know, if you do the right things, your life is going to reflect that.
That's just a great shot. Downtown Pittsburgh, sparkling on this clear night. Aerial coverage being brought to you by Budweiser Select.
Where's the confluence?
Well, the confluence is, I'll get to it in a second. 1st and 10 from the 17. Roethlisberger is going to throw to the outside here into coverage, and that's tipped and incomplete. Chris McAllister, and a flag is down on a pass intended for Hines Ward. So the ball was tipped. They threw the flag at the 37-yard line.
Right at the reception area, so it has to be a form of pass interference, either offensively or defensively. The way Hines Ward is walking back to the huddle, he doesn't look like he thinks it's defense.
Or did the infraction occur after the ball was tipped? Maybe the focal point of the discussion right here.
And then they pick up the flag.
The ball was tipped prior to the ball getting there.
Right, because all bets are off once the ball is tipped. And that's Adalius Thomas, who already has an interception tonight, who's back there covering as well, along with McAllister.
Right, and because the ball was tipped, there can be no pass interference. So the official that saw the pass interference didn't see the tipped ball.
Well, there is the Ohio River. We're going to get to the confluence in a second.
Every time you're in Pittsburgh, you have to talk about the confluence, because that's the only time in your life you ever use the word confluence.
The 3 rivers, the confluence of the 3 rivers. 2nd and 10 at the 17-yard line. Jerome Bettis. All right, so let's take a look here. Aerial. Well, I got to figure this out now. That's all right. That's the point. So you've got what you've got here. That's the Allegheny. This is the Monongahela, and that is the Ohio River. There you go. How's that?
That is great.
Is that well?
So then where all three of them join, that's called a confluence.
And those are my X's and O's.
So is that the confluence right there?
Well, the confluence
is where they all join.
They all come together.
Yeah, where they all come together.
Point Park.
Okay, now we got that.
There we go. 3rd down and 6 from the 21-yard line. And to the outside, and there's no confluence there because Hines Ward didn't even have a chance to make that catch. Tommy Polley coming blitzing through to put the pressure on, and it's 4th down.
All right, Ben Roethlisberger almost had a confluence because he was trying to step in and throw that ball, and well, there's Franco Harris, huh?
Leaves you speechless every time you see him, John.
No, Franco was a great player, and he was one of those guys that, you know, you never knew when he was going to break a big one on you, but every time you played him, he did.
Or make an immaculate reception.
Well, that too.
Yep. Chris Gardocki. Fair caught, 29-yard line by B.J. Sams. And so Baltimore has the ball. Good outing by the Ravens tonight. Minus Lewis, minus Reed. A lot of things going against them. They're right in the ball game, down by 4.
On each offensive play, the quarterback will hand the ball off for a running play or pass the ball. There are a number of different patterns that his receivers will run in order to elude the defense. Here are some of the more common pass patterns or pass routes. In a post route, the wide receivers run straight down the field and then cuts toward the goalpost, sometimes using the hash marks painted on the field as a guide. The quarterback times a long pass, usually 40 to 50 yards, slightly beyond the receiver, in hopes that the receiver outruns his defender and catches the ball in stride towards the end zone. A streak or fly route is a 20 to 40-yard pass pattern where the wide receiver runs straight down the field, usually trying to beat his defender in a one-on-one matchup. A swing route is designed for a running back. After lining up as if he will take a handoff, he instead runs towards the sideline. The quarterback times his pass to reach the running back near the sideline as he turns to run up the field.
I got a 60-minute proposition for you. And I don't care how we start this game, but we're gonna finish it. Let's go. Keep up that intensity. Let's go. Let's go.
That guy has to win the prize.
Oh,
he
that's great.
I mean, he had to spit and everything.
Oh, everything. Everything.
The jaw.
The mustache. The lingo. From the 30-yard line, here's Wright to throw. Underneath, Taylor steps out of a tackle and picks up 16 yards before he stopped at the 46-yard line by Clark Hagans.
And again, Anthony Wright has just really stood in there, and he's had good protection most of the night. And I think, especially throwing on first down, I think if there's anything that the Ravens have fallen in here to, it's that, you know, if we throw on first down, it's a lot easier than waiting and have to throw on third down.
From the 45-yard line. Lewis getting some tough running. Hampton tackles him. Polamalu was there at the end as well. 4-yard gain.
Jamal Lewis was saying last night that the doctors told him it's really going to be a year before his ankle gets back to normal. So he said, you know, he's playing in pain. I mean, the ankle hurts, but once you get in the game, adrenaline is a great thing, and you kind of forget it when you're playing, but it'll stiffen up after the game.
Lewis, about a 245-pounder at 5'11", sixth year out of Tennessee, first-round pick in 2000, second and sixth. Taylor. And this is a nice back-and-forth combination that Billick has going for him tonight with Lewis, and then he spells him with Chester Taylor, and a lot of the Ravens fans have wanted to see more of Taylor, who came in tonight sporting that 6.0 yards per rush average.
Yeah, and it was led by number 64, Edwin Molitalo there. I mean, you get a big 350-pound guard pulling in front of you, there will be some movement at the line of scrimmage.
At the 44, first down. Fake draw over the middle. Inside the 30, it's caught there by Derek Mason for a first down. Tackled by Ike Taylor.
Yeah, again, that's the easiest passing against this Steeler defense is first down. You watch Jonathan Ogden here again in his pass protection. Here he's picking up a stunt. You know, he's so big and his hands are so strong and his arms are so long that he just keeps that pass rusher out there.
At the 29 on first down. And that pass is incomplete. Another one half thrown away, though Mason was in the area. Second down and 10.
I didn't know that he didn't have Randy Himes in behind him now. You never know what a defense does after the ball's thrown, but looked like Himes was open running down the sideline towards the end zone. This is a good place to take a shot here. It's going to be harder on third down, but this is a pretty good shot down.
On second and 10, instead they're going to run the ball and gain only a couple. Chester Taylor to the 27-yard line. So it's third and long. In the AFC North, you've got Cincinnati, and the Bengals will have their bye week this weekend. So they've played 8 games. They're 6-2. Pittsburgh will either be 5-2 or 4-3. And there's Baltimore trying to get back in the race, which they would do with a win here. Cleveland is last.
You know, and this is a tough down for the Ravens because by running in second down, they got themselves in this third and long. And this is when the Steelers give them that, 6 defensive back and all those exotic blitzes.
Crowd rises as one. Terrible towels waving in unison. White stepping up. White nearly sacked and is sacked because Clark Hagan's got just enough of him to knock him down.
Yeah, we talk about speed rushers, and that's why you like speed rushers. And the Steelers in this situation, they use a lot of linebackers because the protection starts out pretty good. But when you have speed and you have linebackers, they can run a quarterback down, and they're good tacklers.
Higgins has missed the last 3 games with a groin injury. This will be a 49-yard attempt. Remember, no 50-yard field goal has ever been kicked in this stadium. But 49ers have been kicked, including that one by Matt Stover, who makes it a 1-point game with 8 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in regulation. Steelers 17, Ravens 16.
I'm in.
New England next Monday night. That means Peyton Manning. It means Tom Brady. It means the Colts against the Patriots. Eagles Redskins is the Sunday night fare on ESPN. 1-point game. Kickoff coming down 3 yards into the end zone. And Quincy Morgan will down it right there. And they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So Roethlisberger and company going back to work. Steelers and Ravens in a dogfight.
The PGA Tour presents the 2005 Michelin Championship at Las Vegas. Wes Short began the final round of the Michelin Championship at Las Vegas 3 shots off the lead, watching 3-time Vegas champ Jim Furyk charge through the back 9. But a miscue by Furyk on the 18th hole at the end of regulation opened the door for the 41-year-old Texas native.
Yes. What a great feeling for the man.
It took only 2 playoff holes for Wes Short to claim his very first PGA Tour title. With his win, Short jumps from relative obscurity to 70th on the money list. But most importantly, he earns a 2-year exemption on the PGA Tour. Congratulations, Wes Short, the 2005 Michelin Championship at Las Vegas champion.
The NBA on ESPN, live Wednesday night. It's our first game of the season. #1 draft pick Andrew Bogut and the Milwaukee Bucks meet Jason Kidd and the New Jersey Nets. Bucks, Nets, live Wednesday night. The NBA on ESPN.